In 2005, the Navy SEALs were sent to Afghanistan on an operation named Operation Red Wings. And while they were preparing to attack that night, somehow they were discovered, and the Taliban ambushed them right where they were at. The testimony was that there was heavy fire. The four men fought back as hard as they could. They called for help. When the helicopter got there, they shot down the helicopter. All of those soldiers died. By the time they knew it, out of the four, three had died. There was only one lone survivor, and he had shrapnel wounds. He had fractured bones. He had a broken back. At one time, he was unconscious, right? And when he regained his consciousness, he realized that nobody was around him. Everything around him was destroyed, right? And he just laid there. He says that he laid there in some grass, and he happened to look up, and he saw millions of stars, just millions and millions of stars. And his first thought that came to his mind was, I want to go home. I want to go home. You know, I thought about that for just a while. You and I are also in a battle, right? And a spiritual battle. And there's going to be some days where it's going to be great. It's going to be good. But there's other days, just like these men were found in a tough situation. It's going to be hard. It's almost going to seem hopeless to get out of the situation. And many of us will have the temptation to give up. But I want to remind you of this lone survivor. And I want to remind you to look up. In Revelation 21, it says, 3 and 4, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. Verse 4 says, And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. This is talking about when God comes for the second time. He has a world for us that we can't even imagine now. A world where there's no more pain, there's no more death, no more sorrow, there's no more interference with our God and our loved ones. Right? This is what he wants to offer us. Right? You know, the story goes on to say about this one man that survived, that when he finally got up, remember he has shrapnel wounds, whether from bombs or gun. He had fractured bones. He had a broken back, but he was determined. He was determined to persevere to get help. He persevered to get help, right? And he said he got up and he walked and crawled seven miles to get help to the nearest village where he can get help, and they can call the U.S. Embassy and bring someone to get him, right? You know, when he came back, he got some of the highest honors. He got the Navy Cross and he got the Purple Heart. Well, if you and I persevere in this battle, you and I will get the highest honor outside of spending time with God forevermore and our loved ones. We will also receive an honor. In James chapter 1, verse 12 says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, right? That perseveres through temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord promised them that love him, right? So you and I, if we persevere, we too can receive the highest honor, receive the crown of life, and have eternal life with our loved ones, with our God, forevermore. In a world where there's no death, no more sorrow, where all these evils that are around us now will never more exist. So I encourage you to pray for me. I will be praying for you. And let's be persistent. Let's persevere, right? The Lord is on our side. And may God give us the victory. And he will. He promised us the victory that we so desire. God bless you.